Hey everyone, welcome to Sit Down for Stand Up. I have Kathy with me here today from Scotland. She does stand up comedy, and yeah, we're going to sort of see her journey, how it goes, what we like, and we'll take it from there. So, how's it all going, Kathy?
It's a bit slow at the moment,
Okay,
but my mental health's not been very good. You know what I mean? But it's all right. It's all right. I've got a gig next week, so we'll be back on the get back on the horse.
so how many whereabouts are you gigging?
It's in Edinburgh at Leith Depot.
Okay, how many sort of
That's
people turn up to that?
um probably about 30, hopefully, to view. But there's I think there's about 14 on the lineup.
Okay, okay,
It's oh, sorry.
go, keep going. Like you've got to
Um,
shut me up. So
oh, okay. Well, it's a mix of burlesque and comedy, so that's what it's all about. It's Rosie May Riot's gig,
okay,
if
so
I've got
you
that
said
right.
you suffer from mental health. Do you sort of portray that on the stage, or does this sort of like help
Um,
you fight it?
it helps me fight it. That's how I first got into comedy. It was a case of I was getting over well, I had psychosis,
Okay.
and the comedy helped me deal with it because I was basically suicidal with what happened to me because of the psychosis. You
Okay. So
know,
you
so the comedy got me talking about my problems.
there's a bit of a mad one. So we suicidal hood. So you thought you'd go in front of hundreds and hundreds of people to judge you. It's all straight in the deep
Uh,
end, isn't it? A little bit.
I think I was trying to explain myself, but it wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? That I got ill because I did some really bonkers things. You know, I
Yeah.
one of the things I did because this was during the pandemic, so I cut myself off from everybody.
Yeah.
And one of the things I did was I sent Donald Trump a vibrator in the post when he was president.
Do you reckon he's ever used it, or do you reckon he passed it to his wife?
Uh, well, I put it in my set, and I put it that the first lady was using it.
That's brilliant, Kathy.
You know
What
what I
made you
mean?
decide to What made you decide to do that?
Well, I was on a comedy course with Raymond Mearns, so Raymond Mearns kind of pointed me the right direction, if you know what I mean, and gave a few tidbits. Well, quite a few tidbits, you know.
Okay. So who else could be getting a dildo in the post then?
Oh no, it was just Donald Trump, nobody else.
No one else. No one has deserved a dildo in the post yet. Just Donald. He's
Well, he deserved it, and then Simon Cowell, because Simon Cowell was in my delusions as well.
But he might be
So
just a
he,
bullet, not a dildo. Not a full dildo, just a baby bullet he could get.
well, yeah, possibly, not a real one, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, we'll clarify that now. Yeah. No one's gonna
Yeah,
assassinate no one's gonna assassinate Donald Trump, but that's yeah, that's been and gone. So yeah, no one's gonna shoot Simon Cowell. So
no, no.
most of your comedy is about the mental health. How long is your current set right now? How often are we gigging?
Um, I've had quite a break at the moment. It was when was the last gig? I think the last gig was in January at the Panopticon.
Okay.
That was the last gig, and I did a set with Mikey from Big Brother, Mikey Hughes.
The blind dude.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. We did a set where I was chatting away about certain things, and then I'd got a load of sex toys and that, and weird things in a suitcase, and Mikey was pulling them out, and I was telling stories about each item.
You have to
So
like
that,
feel them out and see what they
yeah,
was.
yeah. Well, we'd had a few practices before, and then
Yeah.
Mikey had kind of sussed out the case. So obviously he's blind, so he felt for certain things and was holding them up, and then doing strange things like putting things down his trousers.
I presume hoping it was by a sense of texture, not by sense of smell.
Oh no, I hope not.
you didn't have
Every,
to worry,
every,
you didn't have to worry about that sense.
yeah, everything was clean.
through the
not
wash three
everything. Well,
times.
well, because I've got another set that I do, and that's where I talk about. I met a landscaper once, and he was into anal sex,
Okay, how'd you get to that
and I made
conversation?
um, he liked wearing underwear.
It's a good
Um,
one.
yeah, yeah, no, he liked wearing underwear, and how I found out was because I thought his friends were talking about me wearing underwear, but it was him.
All underwear. We're talking kinky stuff.
La- Ladies' underwear, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
I found
Oh,
out that, and I was interested. So,
okay.
but in the process, we bought a strap-on online, and then I thought, oh, I can make one of these. So I made one of them.
Okay. So
Uh,
DIY dildos for people.
yes, it's silicon sealer. Then the party shop, or screw fix for silicon sealer. Then the party shop for balloons, and then a bit of modelling, and then let it set, and then there you go.
Okay. Can we get these on Etsy or anywhere? Or no, not quite
Yeah,
just yet.
you can get them on Etsy, but not my ones. Because the funny thing is, balloons aren't thick enough any longer.
Right. Okay.
You
Did you
know what I
learn
mean?
this the hard way? Right, pardon, pun.
Yeah, balloons. The material it obviously used to be about 2 mil or something crazy like that, but now they just burst, so they don't work with silicon sealer any longer.
Okay. So was this like your lockdown hobby, going through different strengths of silicone bubbles to find the best dildos vibrators for the market?
No, this was actually back in 2006 when this all started.
Oh, okay. Fair. What
So
you?
that's what.
Sorry, go on.
So that was no, that was just a while ago. That was all.
Okay. So I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Like the one thing I love about comedy is that everyone has a story, and you sort of get them 5, 10, 20 minutes on stage to tell your story.
Yeah.
So, what would your story be? It's sort of like a 1 minute snippet, not about your comedy, but about you and the message you would want to get out to your audience.
Um, just forgive me for how I am. It's a bit of mental health. It's a bit of it's just uh, all me. You know what I mean? Over the years, I've just developed to be a bit strange, and then since the psychosis, I'm very open about stuff. You could call me like a keyboard warrior because when I was ill with psychosis, I was typing stuff and then send, typing stuff and then send because I was a schizo poster and I do a
Okay.
bit of it now. I have to admit, you know what I mean, but I don't mean any harm by it.
So I do it on Zoom, not face to face. Medias are
Yeah.
scary.
Oh no,
Okay.
tell me about it.
So, okay, if you so what is your favorite bit of your set?
Um, well, my new set now. I'm going to perform it 2 weeks time. I'm going to be dressed as a teacher.
Okay.
It's Rowan Atkinson did the set. I don't know if you know of it at the Secret Policeman's Ball.
I know Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's done a set where he's a teacher,
Okay.
right? And anyway, I messaged him, his production company, and they said I could do it. So I've got
Good.
permission. So I'm going to do it with the suitcase. So I'm going to basically, um, how do I explain this? Uh, maybe certain of people of the audience, I'm going to say that they had certain objects, like say someone had a dildo in their locker or in their bag, that sort of thing.
Okay. Okay, so
So
run me through that again. So we've got a suitcase on stage. You're a school teacher, and it's sort of
what's
like
happened?
going through children's lockers, not grown
Yeah,
adults lockers.
adults going through adults' lockers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah.
university studenty thing. So
Okay.
go through adults' lockers and saying, "Well, I found this in some of the people. You know, I've made up names like Simon Cowell.
Yep.
I found a dildo in Simon Cowell's locker.
Okay. And what? So like, oh, okay. So you got dildo in one locker. locker, and then someone else's locker's got another object.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of thing. But and then maybe picking on someone, you know what I mean, if they can take it.
Okay, is there like a build up? Like, will the objects get worse and worse?
Uh, yeah, I can do that. I'm quite an well, I've been doing comedy about two years.
Yeah.
So I'll maybe try that, change, swap it around a bit. So I'll take advice of everyone.
Yeah, well, there's no finished article, is there? And so, do you like to change your comedy? Sort of like, how often do you like get rid of the old stuff, bring in the new, or do you sort of have like a greatest hits that you like to go back to?
Well, my problem is I've got a short-term memory problem, so I
Okay, so
forget.
we've got okay. So do we not write it down, or do we just?
I write stuff down, but sometimes I've had freezes on the stage, you know, where I've just my memories just forgot like that.
Well, I've had the worst. My first ever show was at Comedy Store in London, and it was a gong show.
Oh gosh,
It was
I've
my
never done a
first ever
gong show.
show, but about 150 there, and I just went on the stage and I instantly deer in the headlights.
Right, I've done that.
It's a so I was saying, so what is the worst time you have bombed? And like what joke just didn't hit?
Breakneck comedy. Um, the audience was, um, I'd say flat, but just silent. And I
Okay,
started off doing the usual start, and it was silent. And then I just lost it. I forgot. I just
okay.
forgot everything, and I bailed out. I said, "Look, I'm really sorry. I can't do this." So I bailed it. I just froze. It was awful,
They
and the
are, but
crowd.
they're the ones you learn the most from. And at the end of the
Oh
day,
yeah,
you've got the bollocks to get up on the stage. People
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that. So even if like I've bombed before, I did one in Shoreditch the other week, and I opened it with, "I fucking hate the left. You can't laugh at fat people anymore," and nothing. And it was a 10-minute set, and just nothing for the rest of it. I lost them at the beginning, and it's like delivering a dead baby almost. You just got to go on, continue it, and yeah, face the punishment.
Yeah, yeah, no, I wish I had a done, but it was one of them cases where sometimes when you start bombing, the crowd claps or cheers,
Yeah.
but this time for me, it was deathly silent, and it was awful, you know. I learned from it.
When they say the worst people to perform in front of is other comedians.
Yeah. Oh well, I wouldn't. For me, not that. It was this particular night.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
so what was your best ever set? The one that you're like, right, if I get called up, 5 minute emergency spot, 10 minute, this is gonna slap every time.
it'll be the Donald Trump one, the Donald Trump and the vibrator.
Yeah, I mean I love that. I think that's absolutely
You
brilliant.
know,
I mean, what did you
it's
just write? White House.
oh no, I've got pictures of what I sent.
I don't know what I'm looking for. I'll squeeze you.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I mean Hermes trusted delivery, so we're making sure he is getting it.
Yeah, and
Uncle,
it's got
Sorry, Uncle Donald Trump.
yeah, yeah, and sex toys.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So you know
Oh,
what I mean? I, it cost me £50,
well,
and
the,
I went down to the locker unit at Morrison's,
yeah,
and then the bloody thing wouldn't fit in the locker.
to get
So then I
customer
had to,
service to help you.
oh no, I just gave up. I thought, right, I'm not, you're having this, and then went round to the post office.
So we got it sent off eventually.
Yeah, yeah, but obviously I didn't hear anything. So
Just,
you know what I
I
mean?
don't think you would have. I don't think you would have
No,
replied to that. Checking the letterbox every day, hoping. No.
yeah, yeah. Getting an RSV, what do you call it back? Thanking letter.
Yeah, yeah. What's the other? Return to sender. Address unknown. We
Yeah,
know you're
yeah,
there. We know you're there. But well,
yeah.
he managed to get in again, didn't he? That's the
Oh, I know. Because
round two.
yeah, when I was delusional, I thought he wanted. he was on a world takeover bid.
Oh,
That's what I thought when I was delusional, but unfortunately, he's. I kind of think he's on a world takeover bid.
I was about to say, I'll quote you on that, and I'll come back to you in a year's time, and we'll see how
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
accurate you
yeah.
are on that. Like, it's a bit bad. So, obviously, been doing comedy for about 2 years. What would you say your favourite thing about comedy is? Doing stand up, getting on the stage.
When you get the laughs and it works,
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Sometimes my humour doesn't go across because of like I talk about delusional stuff,
Okay.
you know. And then some people have been worried about me as well because of some of the stories that I can tell.
To like check up on you afterwards.
Well, I had a delusional boyfriend,
Okay.
and
Oh, Kenneth. Is it
sorry,
Kenneth? Is it Kenneth?
no,
Ian.
Ian.
I've Ian. I've seen that. I tried to find your bits. Not
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah, Ian. Well, it's true because we used to get up to all sorts of things, and then during the pandemic, I mean, this is actually true as well. That's how I put it in the set. Was one of my neighbours was asking my friend, "Who's Ian?"
Oh,
So she must have heard me talking to him.
okay. So, like, what were you? Would you have like full blown arguments with him? Would you have
Oh
like
no, I'd just talk to him, and he'd agree with me whatever I said. So he was perfect.
case? But did you ever argue? And like, was there makeup sex? Like,
Um, no, I didn't argue with him, but I argued with Trump and Simon Cowell.
okay,
I argued with them, just kept telling Trump to F off.
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I won't go too far down yeah,
Oh,
that route.
the rabbit
The, men-
hole, yeah.
the mental route. I don't want to lift up old world wounds. What's the worst thing about being a stand up is?
Um, I don't know. Well, the worst thing for me is my memory is I've got so many stories, but I can't remember them.
Yeah.
You know, it's very frustrating. I got tested for dyslexia, so I know I've got a short-term memory problem.
Also, you
But I
struggle
didn't.
to write anything good down as well.
Well, I can write, but just the spelling mistakes,
Yeah.
and then what I write and what I say, that can make how messages can get morphed and read wrong.
Yeah, you can't even confirm autocorrects right.
Yeah, yeah, it's I don't know,
I mean, there's
but
always that shit joke, isn't there? Like that low hanging fruit joke. I've got dyslexia. Oh, can you write that down for me?
yeah, yeah,
It's one of the hardest words to spell. I haven't got dyslexia, and my brother has, and I wouldn't even attempt spelling it. DYS. I wouldn't even. Yeah, I couldn't fathom.
yeah.
I guess.
It's like Lexus, but put a dish in front of it.
Well, you seem to be quite good at putting dicks and dildos out there. So
Well, that's true.
if that's your trick, then that's brilliant. So
Yeah,
obviously doing comedy is it's quite a nocturnal thing. Um,
yeah.
what's it been like, sort of like being in the nighttime scene? And like, I don't know if you've got a family or not. Has it had any effects on that?
No, I've got no family. No, it's not really had an effect on anybody. I'm single, and I've got like a sparring partner who takes us to the gigs, and then she's a performer in her own right as well.
Okay, but well,
Uh,
I got Kathy from Bells Hill, Scotland. Anyone watch it who's single
well,
and yeah, wants to look at a dildo or bullet collection? You know,
well, my stage name's Rose Wilde.
Rose Wildes.
That's my stage name. I should have said that to start with.
Okay, do we know what name dropped?
Sorry.
I can bleep your name out.
Oh, right. I don't mind, to be
Okay.
perfectly honest, because you know what I mean. I've got my stage name, and then there's me
Yes. Oh, so
with the
would
same.
do you create a different persona?
Yeah, Rose Wild's a different persona. Yeah, yeah, that's the wild side of me.
Yeah. And who do you prefer, yourself or Rose?
Um, good question. Probably myself. Well, I don't know. So I have good days and bad days, you know.
Could you always get into Rose's character instantly, or do you need to sort of prepare for it?
I kind of got to get into it because I do like dressing up. So this latest set is, I get dressed up, so then I
Yes.
can get into it more.
Okay. What sort of
You
things
know,
does Rose wear?
um, black pencil skirt, black
Rose
collar,
naughty girl.
like a school teacher.
Oh, okay. So Rose is a naughty. She's a little bit out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. I love that. That's
yeah.
brilliant. I yeah,
So,
I'm Daniel Farr. I've been tempted to do a persona because every gong show I do they say Daniel Farr. So well, shit joke, but so I was thinking of changing the name. Like, did you do
yeah.
that from the beginning of your set, or did that sort of develop over time?
Well, I started out as Kathy Renshaw, but then I don't particularly like my name very much.
Okay,
'Cause went during the pandemic as well. I tried changing my name,
yeah,
but I started off as Kathy Renshaw, and then I didn't like my name. It wasn't stand out enough. It was just boring, you know.
yep. Well, I do like Rose Wilde. I've got to be honest. I do like that name. I don't think there's anything wrong with your personal name, but Rose Wilde. If you're doing the slightly school teacher a little bit, having like the wild in it and the rose in it, it sort of gels a bit better.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if I
that's
hear,
true.
yeah, I mean, if I hear Rose Wild, I do think that is a bit of a porn star name.
Oh, right, right. Well,
Uh,
I was on the swinging seat for a while.
oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did we stop that?
The pandemic happened.
It ruined all the fun, didn't it? The pandemic.
It ruined everything.
Can't even go get a random fuck anymore. This is, abhorrent.
Yeah. No, the pandemic just ruined everything. I mean, it took my life away. You know.
Yeah. I, some people aren't coming back from it.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to come back from it.
Yeah, look, I absolutely love that. So obviously you've got your mental illness. Do you think there should be any jokes in comedy that should be not allowed?
Oh gosh. Um, directed at someone.
Yes.
I mean, when something's not a joke and it's directed at someone on purpose.
No, I completely agree. So, but if I did a cancer joke, that's okay. But if there was someone in the audience who had cancer and I pointed at them and then did a cancer joke, that's not okay.
Uh, yeah. If you um, that's a tough one. That's a tough question. But if you direct a joke, or rather, if you say something to someone, as in nastily, and then go out and do a joke, you know what I mean? Directed at someone.
Spitefulness, being
Yeah,
spiteful, accidentally like
yeah,
taunting someone. Because I said, I'm on the
yeah,
theory you could joke about anything as long as it's from a funny place.
yeah. I
Uh,
agree.
and honestly, I think younger comedians have lost that a little bit.
Because I was at one gig and myself and another lady got picked on because of her age, which I didn't agree with, which wasn't very nice.
No, no, it's targeted. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it was.
you can do old jokes. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you say,
Yeah,
here's one for you girls. That's yeah,
yeah, that's fine. But it's just when someone's directed at someone.
yeah. Oh, it's a form of bullying. And
Yeah,
we always
yeah,
know that the most insecure person in the playground, the bully. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The bully in the playground is usually the most insecure. So they try and target others for the cheap laughs.
yeah.
Okay. So what would you say?
Oh,
What would be the most? No, let me change that up. Okay, because that usually comes from like the lines of crowd work. How would you say your crowd work is?
Uh, Not very good. I
Uh,
tend to just occasionally it's all right, but I don't really do crowd work.
no, I haven't got
You know,
much in mindset. It's
yeah,
hard
I'm not.
because you can't practice for it.
Yeah,
So when you
well, I'm not.
oh, sorry,
Sorry, I'm not at that level. You know,
yeah,
I'm still at the stand-up level, if you know what I mean. I'm not at the crowd working or the MC level. You know,
okay. Well, I think I don't know why. I always think MC is actually easier than being on the stage because you just become yourself, and then you
right.
just quite easily move on, move on, move on, and you have time. The first MC, the hardest bit is the first 5 minutes. After that, you either joke about the comedians who've just been on, or you look at the. You've got time to assess the crowds.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So how would you like your comedy to progress? Like if I said to you, where would you want to be in like 2 years, 3 years? Do is it just
Gosh, I
something to like?
just
Um,
um maybe it's funny you say that. I was just thinking about that myself. You know what I mean? Where would I want to be? I just like to get on with it. You know what I mean? And get be funnier.
okay,
I think is the answer. I'd like to take the case further, even because I would like to go to Blackpool, and I think we've got plans.
okay,
Because my friend Tez Baker,
yeah,
um, we've got our because Tez is like the or hard to say, um, but we've got this uh, mischief and mayhem is our little group. If you know what I mean?
that makes sense now.
Yeah, because this is the dyslexia and the kicking in where I can't think quick enough. So we've got open nights due to start at Bells Hill,
Okay,
and what we're called is mischief and mayhem, and Tez is kind of the ground. You know what I mean?
right, okay. So
She's the brains.
right, okay. So
And
what does she organise it and then get you all to come along and
yeah. I'm kind of the yes lady
you're
with
just
her.
told what to do, where to be, and
Yeah, and I just do it.
okay. Well,
Agree,
easier life that way.
yeah. Just agree with everything.
It's easier. So you have a gig since January. We want to sort of get more gigs in the cards, yeah?
Yeah. I
Okay.
want to.
And how are you finding it promoting yourself?
I'm not very good actually. I'm quite shy. And then um, I don't know. I find it hard sometimes. You know, just because I wasn't into drama and all that at school. So this is totally new. You know, I mean, doing the stand up is totally new for me. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, I think the dildo Donald Trump thing, that's definitely golden.
Well, yeah,
There's
I know.
something there. That is brilliant. I don't laugh at anything, but that to me is golden. So,
Uh,
right, Catherine, we're running out of time, I'm afraid. So it's been
okay,
absolutely amazing having you on. Do you want
thank you.
to do a shout out to anyone?
Um, I don't know. Tez,
Yes, we love Tez, and we'll sort
we
out the
love
link.
Tez.
We'll hype you up in the chat and everything. And it's been absolutely wonderful talking to you.
Right, thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Take care of yourself. Best of luck with your upcoming gigs.
All right then, thank you, and yourself.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, then. Bye bye.